What's up, Wheeler Bros? Welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and pray for today's video, and we'll get right into it. Father God, thank you for the opportunity to get these new parts for the Raptor, and I pray that you continue to watch over us and keep us safe as we continue to use these parts. Obviously, just to have fun and ride around these parks, and also to glorify you. I pray that you'd continue to bless the channel like you've already been doing. Thank you for blessing us to get to 4K, and I pray that you continue to watch over us and keep us in your mighty and all-powerful blessing as we continue on to 5K. And yeah, thank you so much for everything you've done. In your holy precious name I pray. Amen. Well, let's get back to the video.
You guys should check out the last video. It was pretty interesting. If you know, you know. Alright.
Look, I'm sorry, it's just
Christmas morning here, isn't it?
You know what?
Well, that's one way to do it.
Look, I've been trying to do this since the last video, and it won't rip, okay? These, come on!
Alright, what are they?
These are our,
XFRs?
or Jafars, whichever one you prefer.
I don't know where Jafar came from, but
It's what I use to memorize what I need to do and how I need to do it. My brain no functions, so it just becomes... It's
let me see what it says.
That's got information as to where we live. So you don't need that.
No. You can blur that out. But yeah, that's probably hardware or foot pegs.
So I'm going to...
Let me see these bad boys. These are the ones I was going to buy for my bike, but I decided to be cheap. And
eventually, it's just stuck on the stuff that bolts up to the bike. See?
ooh,
Oh my goodness.
the rear section is not as big as I thought it'd be.
No, but this feels a lot bigger than the old ones.
They look really nice.
So, actually, the sad part is that we're in the process of moving, as you probably saw if you watched the Honda video, and if you didn't,
Go back and watch it.
shame on you. You have to watch it. We no longer have a table, so we're going to have to go take you to the new property, and we'll show you guys what these look like and more for this bad boy as soon as we send you guys over to there. I about stuttered that, so let's hurry up before I stutter again. Welcome back, everybody. This is a couple weeks after that last clip. Lots of things have happened since then. We did a Suzuki video. Did some other tractor pull stuff, planes, all kinds of crazy stuff while we've been on the farm. Today we're going back to our roots to do some of all this stuff. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that first bit. Be sure to go check out the Honda 450 video. But I'm very excited to get into these XFR bars. We went ahead and took it out the box just so, well, we took the trash out today, so it just kind of made sense to do that. But anyway, just to give a little bit of a backstory while I'm unboxing this. So normally whenever I watch a parts video, no matter who it is, I like to hear a little bit about both the parts that they're installing and replacing. So just a little bit about the part that we're replacing. It was the GT, or I think it's GYTR Nerf bars. They're the recommended ones for the Yamaha stuff. That's kind of their brand and all the stuff that they do. I don't have an issue with their product. Actually, the main reason why I'm replacing these in general is because the actual plastic itself from the stock foot pegs is starting to break. So I figured that why not go with something metal that hopefully I can't put my fat foot through. So this is the, I believe, the left XFR bar. Just looking at it in general, this is not flat. It's got a little bit of a verticality on this side, along with this. Also, that is really sharp. We'll get a close-up of it in just a moment, but so far I really like these. I'm excited to put these on. We're gonna try and mock up and try and figure out how to take these off first, then explain to you guys how to do it at home if you have your own. Then we'll set up one side so we know how to put it on, and then once we're done with that, we'll be able to tell you how this works, and then we'll try and compare before we put both the parts on or something like that. It'll be a full process, so be sure to stick around for that, and we have some more unboxing to do as well. Alright, before we get too far in the installation though, let's go ahead and open this up. I'm pretty sure that this is just going to be the inserts, if there are any inserts. I'm not sure how this mounts up just yet to go across. I believe that there's a pipe in there, and then also the nets, I believe. So let's get into this real quickly, and then we'll have a ballpark idea of how to install this. This didn't come with any instructions, not that I'm aware of at least. They might be in here. We shall see. I mean, this is my first time purchasing from XFR. Good company from what I've been told and what I've seen online. Good reputation, so I'm hoping that these will last a little bit longer. And I definitely won't be putting my foot through these anytime soon. Alright, so these are the nets. Looks like there's instructions in there. I'll get into that in just a moment, but these are the left and right nets. This looks to be where I would assume is a motor mount. I think Andrew told me that sometime back. There's a motor mount that these mount onto, or there's an individual bracket. Worst comes to worst, if we can't find instructions, I'll just take a look online before I make a mistake. And then obviously, I guess we'll see right here. So it does come with instructions, just not pictures. We shall see if I can figure this out by reading and not using pictures. That's normally how I put things together, is seeing how they visually go on. Let me take a look-see over this, and I'll let you guys know what we got to do. I'm excited for this now. All right, welcome back. This is a midway through little assessment thing. I went ahead, and this was the first one I unpacked, which is the left side. Went ahead and put the nets on this one. While I've been doing that, Dad's been taking apart the brake assembly to be able to put that back together whenever we get that one unpackaged and nerfed. But just a little bit of a comparison. That's obviously the right, and this is obviously the left, so it's not a fair comparison, but just a little idea of what we're looking at size-wise. Obviously, plastic heel guard would be there, but you can kind of get a bearing of the shape difference on these now, which I think will be a huge advantage for what we're doing. So hopefully, when everything's said and done with and these are on, that these will probably work out a lot better for me, especially since normally how I ride is pigeon-toed with my foot turned out to the side, trying to give myself a little bit more of a decent room. But you can see it extends a little bit farther forward where it mounts up at. It kind of gets rid of that L-shape looking like thing on the GYTR one. I think this will be a huge difference, but obviously time will tell. So I'll bring you guys back once we have some stuff situated and all this stuff is squared away. Another big piece of information is that the left side is going to be your easiest side because you don't have to take apart anything other than just the original assembly itself, how it was put on there. And we just removed that, and it looks like that just bolts up to where it was at before, and then you just slide it on after you mount the peg there. So this side will be fine. We'll bring you back to the other side just so we can take a look at it before we do all this stuff all together, just so you guys will know how to do that at home. But yeah, we'll bring you guys back for that. Alright, so this is the right side finished already. Other than just the taken apart portion, you have to additionally remove the brake system right there and the spring that's underneath it down here, this whole assembly. Yeah, see if I can zoom in, and then all that stuff down there. I believe for Andrew's rock Nerf bar video, he went in depth about that. There's a bunch of videos of us changing Nerf bars on the channel, but essentially that's the system right there we have to do, because well, the wind decided to pick up. Because this system versus the other system doesn't utilize the factory bolt-on portion, which is this right here. So you have the piece that you mount right there where my hand's at, if you can see that. But anyway, this is what it looks like on this side right here. I think it adds more depth to the bike. I mean, obviously, performance-wise, it's going to help out tremendously. But I mean, whenever you buy an aftermarket part, there's about a 50% usability and then 50% what it looks like on the bike. Obviously, you know, that's just how it is. I hate to be that guy, but
It's not square anymore.
yeah, and there's more dimensions to it. Also, that's kind of close. Look at how close that is. That's something to be mindful of.
No, it just gives. Step on it, sir.
Like,
Yeah, different.
it's kind of dark on camera. There's about a quarter of an inch or an inch and a quarter worth of that gap there. So, interesting. Not a problem. Not at all a problem, but very interesting to say the least. Again, while he's doing that, a couple things, pros and cons wise, just to compare and contrast some of these parts. Pros, I really like both of these. How to put them together was super simple. Just remove stuff, put stuff back on. I mean, obviously the brake system and adjusting the brake, that might be a problem for some people. For me, it was, which is why I chose to do the Nerf bars, put the nets in. A complaint that I have with the XFRs, the netting is very thin, so for people like me that have fat fingers, that might be a problem. However, I like how the netting does not go to the machine itself right here. That's been my biggest complaint with these, is how it went to the machine itself with these buckles. As you can see, there's only one on this side. I'm missing the other one, and I have no idea if, and both those are gone on that side. So that was a huge problem. However, I do like the thicker netting. I wasn't concerned about that, and it looks like this won't be a problem either, unless I somehow put my foot there, which, to be honest with you, if my foot's there, I'm coming off the bike anyway, so whatever. But yeah, I think all in all, this is going to be a very decent setup. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a couple of weeks since the last video, or since the last portion of the video that we recorded for these Nerf bars. Since then, we've gotten a little bit busy with Andrew's current project. Actually, you guys have probably already seen that video first, and if you haven't, go check that out. We're going to be doing a Scrap Z series. I'm going to put the logo right here that I made a couple days back, featuring the old portion of what we're doing, which was scrap. If you don't know, we had a crappy to scrappy video series sometime back on the channel. Now, going off of that, we have the Scrap Z, which sounds like scrappy. Anyway, it's based off of the scrapped YFZ 450 that we're going to be doing a resto race build on, which I'm super excited about, so be sure to go check that out. But let's talk about this, since this is today's video. So far, I really like the aesthetic that the Nerf bars bring to this bike as a whole. This bike has a very aggressive look to it because of the pointy plastics to begin with, but adding the bigger, more beefier and angled Nerf bars to it, it looks so much better. And I think that once we are able to start riding again, because it's been raining ridiculously where we live at right now, that we will be able to test these out fully. I did make a little small test drive just down the driveway to see how they feel on my feet, and I regret that because they're sharp. I can't wear socks or sandals or hey dudes on these anymore because my feet will look like sandpaper hit them, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. So hopefully you guys were able to follow along with the tour that we did on the channel. If you were not, then please be sure to drop any questions, comments, or concerns that you might have about these Nerf bars in the description down below. We will be able to try and answer anything like that. Apart from the fact that this was super easy for us to figure out once we started getting things going, because this is our second time installing Nerf bars on this bike, I do believe that this is probably one of the easiest modifications that you guys can do to your bikes at home, other than doing a slip-on exhaust, but we've already talked about that on the channel, so you guys probably already have a good understanding of what you're supposed to be doing for that. It's pretty much just unbolt, slide it off, slide it on. Same thing with these, unbolt, slide them off, slide them on. Like, obviously there's a little bit of stuff that we had to do because of the brake lever and all that stuff on that side, but if you're careful of removing the springs without dropping anything, it should just be smooth sailing from there. So anyway, questions, comments down below. By the way, we just hit 4K in between the start and the end of this video, which is insane. I wanted to go ahead and say thank you, because you guys will probably end up seeing this video before you see the 4K video. We've got some stuff in the works for that. However, if you have some cool ideas, let us know, comment section down below. And if you made it this far, say 4K in the comment section down below, so that way we know who is watching the videos all the way to the end, because you guys deserve recognition because you're the real G's of the channel. Anyway, it's been a while to try and get this stuff finally done, but I'm very excited to finally finish this video and produce it for you guys, and obviously God's glory. So I'm not gonna ramble any longer. Let's do it, all right? Let's get out of here. Have a good one.
Now we the coldest, I'm on 10 with my roadies. Shout out my homies, we gon' ball for them trophies. Like they can't hold me, thinking God, I've been chosen. Go through the motions all them times, I was hopeless. Now we the coldest.
Look, I've been trying to tell y'all since like 1-3. Got my soul up in the trunk, get my God got the key. Spirit trying to talk.